We're live.
We're live.
We're live from Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. Las Vegas, Nevada. We are here in front of you. Can't quite see it, but we've got the MGM over there. We've got whatever the heck's over there. Who cares? But we're here at the Tropicana tonight, bringing you the first night pre-show here of the Mobile Beat Las Vegas 2016 show. And we're going to pop over here to make sure that we don't have no audio feedback. This is going to be awesome. Jeremy, we've been downstairs. We've walked around. We've looked at some things. Tomorrow, the event kicks off at noon. Mm-hmm. First timers session going to be going at noon, where old guys like us can sit there and say, back in our day, they used to be able to
say, back in our day, used to be at the Tropicana. Wait,
we're back.
We're back at the Tropicana.
So tell me now, we walked through today, making basically the same trip we made 15 years ago.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind as you're walking the halls today?
Well, the Tropicana's changed quite a bit in 15 years. They've redone everything, so it looks totally different than it did back in 2002 or 3 or whatever my first year was here at Mobile Beat with you and your staff. And excuse me, a much cleaner look at the Tropicana.
Yes. You notice there's a lot more white than there was before.
Yeah.
And there's even white in the areas that they have cigarette smoking, which of course in Vegas that's still legit. So you're walking down, they're smoking things, but they keep it white, and that's pretty cool. And then the outside, these towers are it's like this white beacon sticking up out of nowhere.
Yeah. You've got the green in back of you at the MGM. You've got the big white towers, and then you've got New York on the other side, and then the Excalibur over there, and it's cool. So
it's kind of neat. Yeah. It's kind of neat being on this end of the strip. We haven't been there for quite a while, and now we can go. I mean, we're talking about once we finish with this, we're going to go and have a Diner's Delight version of supper at Fatburger. I mean, we were on the other end of the strip, and all we could do is go downtown and have a Heart Attack Burger or whatever the heck that place was.
Well, Fatburger, not like us Midwest guys can't have Fatburger at home. There's nothing like Fatburger at home.
Exactly. So all we can do is go to McDonald's and ask for a double.
It's about as fat as it gets.
Double of the quarter pounder. Anyway, so the show at the Tropicana, we're back here and clean. They're in the space that we're in this year is a little bit different than what we've been in the past.
That's
with
true.
The convention. Typically, they've had when we were here before, we had the exhibit area was in one part of the place, and then they had the breakout rooms over here, and then they had the seminars in a third spot. Now, pretty much everything is in an extended version of that exhibit hall, which is kind of different than what we've had in the past.
It's nice, though, because everything's right there. You walk down the stairs, you go down the escalators, and everything is right in front of you.
Yeah.
And I like that part rather than, upstairs over here is one party, downstairs over there, or the other side of Vegas is something else going on. Everything is contained, and that's what I've liked about Mobile Beat, kind of getting it right. The last few years is everything's just kind of in one spot. I really like this year that factor. For sure,
because you go down those stairs, and if you go to the right, you've got the educational stuff, and you've got the main seminar room, and then you've got the exhibit hall that is actually they said that was in what was it, the Gangster Museum or something
the Mob Museum.
Mob Museum
here at the Tropicana, and that's what used to be here in that room for years. And we had never seen it because we never went through there.
Yeah,
that wasn't really part of it.
We aren't into history, and we don't like learning things, so we never went. But now there's DJ things there, and of course we don't have to learn anything to go to DJ. Well, that's another story for another time. We'll go there. So everything's in the same area. It's really kind of cool with that, and they were handing out passes tonight.
Yep.
And that's where I was just a little bit ago, and you guys might have seen some of the video on Instagram. And if you're in the chat room tonight, I'm going to try to keep an eye on that, but it's a little more difficult because we're doing these things remotely with the laptop, and it's not the full iMac that I have back in the office where I have 27 inches of excitement and fun. It's like all of a sudden I'm back to a little 15-inch screen. So I'm not going to be Juan, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make comments on all of your Irish heritage, but we'll try and do our best with that. Anyway, so tonight they had a welcome party down there, Jeremy.
Yeah, yep.
And you and I walked through there, and it's not a big area.
It's not, no, not at all. You shot a little bit of video from it. Is that coming up?
Yep, that's good. Let's put that up there. We'll show that, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about that. So
great.
Here's a little video. It's going to be kind of rough because I just shot it with my cell phone, but this will give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on with the welcome party downstairs. Hooked up so that people can go and you can choose which DJ you want to listen to, and of course they're handing these out. People are checking them out. Also, they're doing a registration here tonight. This little welcome event goes from 7 until 9 tonight. People are lined up down the hall, all the way back. Tomorrow at noon, everything will start down the hall. Right down there, past that is where all the seminars, exhibits, everything will be down there. Exhibits open Tuesday. Right now, of course, is just the welcome party. And I can talk, 2 DJs playing, and I can talk to you on video because it's the silent disco. Cool stuff here. So just want to give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek here. This is our first night here in Las Vegas with the Mobile Beat 2016 show. Hello.
Back on, a great group of people. It's filling up right now. I mean, it's Sunday night, and there's already quite a few people around.
Oh, there are a lot of people down there, a lot of familiar faces. I mean, we've been coming to these for a number of years. There's a lot of people down there. It's kind of like that family reunion. I've talked about this before. Juan, again, missing you. But we go down there and hey, and hugs and high fives and awkward handshakes because we just don't connect right with the handshake. But it's a great time to see folks we haven't seen for a while. So my little 10-minute trip down there turned into about an hour. Yeah. And you saw I shot a minute and a half of video. So but it was good. It's and there's a lot of cool things. But that silent disco is kind of a cool thing now. They had a couple of different headsets down there that I haven't seen those before. But one of them, I think somebody was referring to Disney having a version of that where they kind of light up and such. Okay. And they had a set of those, some of those down there. But most of them they had with these little headsets that people were wearing. And in that line, if you guys were watching, that line of people who were getting their passes and such was down the hall, probably from the transmitters, 200, 150 to 200 feet away.
Oh, that's not too bad.
And they were listening and kind of jamming. They'd switch to the other DJ, listen and jam. So it's really kind of a cool thing how they were using that. Using that technology.
So what company was that again? You
know
looked
that
at it a little more
I looked at it a little bit, but I didn't really get a name because I think it was a local DJ association, maybe a California association that was over there, and they were going to be doing this. Okay. So we'll find out more information about that and give you guys more as the week goes on.
Perfect.
But we've looked at some from Vocal Pro. They had some that they're really trying to get out there, and that was kind of a cool system. I think that the silent disco is going to be something we need to keep an eye on because the pricing and such is going to come to the point where we can offer it with our school dances.
Yeah, we could.
And right now, I think that some of these companies are trying to lease systems out or rent you systems. So let's say you had a 400-person event that you could rent it from them, and then you upsell to rent it to your crew.
Makes sense. Yep.
Which is great and fine, except there's obviously if you own and you're using it enough.
You can make more money or that way or whatever. I understand.
So that was what was going on downstairs. That and then picking up their tags and shaking hands and such. So
John, you mentioned something a little bit earlier today when we were talking, and you're kind of getting upset about something. Do you want to touch a little bit about that?
One of the things I've talked about is over the last few years we've seen a change in the industry, and because of being at the level I am, I get to talk to manufacturers. I get to talk to a lot of the different companies that are out there at these trade shows. And what's happening is it's becoming more difficult for these companies to make a profit. Specifically, the reason why is that you have companies who are here at this show. This is not a cheap show for them to attend. First off, getting to Vegas.
And a lot of them, they only do this show, isn't it? I mean,
there's some that they're just basically investing their money in these shows.
Okay.
But they're doing it because not only will they hope to make sales, but they're also supporting the educational content that Mobile Beat is putting on, or that we put on, or that DJ Times is putting on. They're putting their money to help grow the industry. They're passionate about that.
Makes sense.
What's happening is we've got a twofold things going on. We have first the influence of people going out and buying direct from China. You're basically going and saying, okay, I like this light from, and I'm going to use I like this light from American DJ. It's a cool light, but then I've got this company that emails me and says, hey, I can sell it to you for half price if you buy it directly from me.
I see.
So we have DJs who are basically saying, you know what, American DJ, I know you support the industry, but you know what, that's not important to me. I'm going to go and hose you. Really is what's happening.
I understand.
So we have this. Secondly, is what's happening is you've got people who are here that are representing some of the companies. At DJ shows, you've seen Music Trends, you've seen NLFX Pro, you've seen IDJ Now, and some of these companies who are here supporting these different trade shows around the country. They're here, the manufacturers are here, and what's happening is that you have some people in the industry who are very influential when it comes to, hey, guys, I would like to know what's the best speakers to buy. And instead of these influential DJs in the industry saying, hey, guys, you know what, look at EV because EV supports the educational part.
Absolutely.
It helps grow the industry.
Yep.
Or QSC because they
Yep.
go to trade shows. Whoever's going to these and supporting this, instead of doing that, they're, you know what, let's go and we're going to recommend this. This company that doesn't put a dime into the industry. Basically, they're just there as a big leech on the industry.
Sure.
And that's what we're seeing is that you've got these influential people who know how important these sponsors are to these educational events, and they're basically thumbing their nose at it, saying, you know, to heck with you guys.
Yeah.
Mobile Beat, Disc Jockey News, DJ Times, screw you guys. Instead, we're going to tell people to go to these little cheap things off to the side where no one except maybe the owners of those companies are making any money off it, and they're not putting that money back into the industry that we all love.
Yeah, absolutely. I can see your point, 100%.
So it becomes really kind of difficult for these people who are influential in the industry for us to go and say, hey, wow, these people have something to share, when basically they're undermining this show.
Yeah.
And they
Exactly why
undermine
they should be here.
other shows.
Yeah.
You know, and a couple of the guys that I know who do this, I saw them in the hall downstairs. These are guys who are you know, trying to make a name for themselves. These are guys who maybe already have a name.
Sure.
And they're having people come up and say, hey, where can I get the best deal in this life? Instead of saying, you know what, the best deal is one thing, but support someone who supports the industry.
Sure.
That's not what they say. They're basically, oh yeah, if you go and call Joe over here, and Joe will give it to you for $5 below cost, because Joe buys them, and he doesn't have any marketing or advertising because he sells just basically on price alone.
Yeah.
And that's fine if you want to be that person, but then I don't want you to be that person who's complaining about the bride who does the exact same thing to you for one. So people have wondered. We did that. We did
true.
We did that. Did one of our shows where we talked about. It was a little segment of what the industry will look like in 5 years. And in that show, I mentioned that the trade shows are probably going to be gone in 5 years.
Yeah, you'd said that.
And I, unfortunately, as I'm looking around and seeing, I mean, there's a lot of excitement down there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But what I'm hearing as I'm walking around that floor down there talking to people is that the number of people who do this full time, like you do, you're one of the few who do this full time. This is what you do for an income. There aren't that many of them down there anymore. Most of them are like, yeah, I've got the second job I do, or I started and this became the DJ is back to my hobby because I'm making my money here.
Oh, really?
And I'm hearing this story over and over again, and it's like, well, why is this happening? Well, there's numerous things, you know, with the technology and what have you, but I really think it's that overall mentality that basically we don't have to support those who support us. And when we aren't supporting those who support the education and support the growth in the industry, the growth can't happen.
Yeah.
So we basically always stay right here.
Yeah. Nothing changes.
Nothing changes whatsoever. So yeah, it's kind of a frustrating deal a little bit with that, and I apologize for going off on a rant, gang, but this is something that you're going to hear more of. You're going to see more things talked about when it comes to this, because again, the industry's changing. And we either the industry has to evolve and fix some of these things to continue doing what we're doing and coming with these trade shows, or they're going to become a thing of the past. So tomorrow at noon, it's going to be the first timers. They're going to be doing everything for the first hour, and then the educational content really digs in.
Absolutely. Fantastic. Yep.
There's a great lineup. We actually had the schedule. Ken, you got that over there? This is thank you, Ken. This is the schedule that I put together here. It's basically, they copied and pasted, and we added some of our DJ and TV things on here. But basically, Jeremy, everything that's bold, you've got to go cover, and I want a 500-word essay on everything in bold.
No problem.
So Jeremy's going to get on this so that tomorrow, you guys will be... There's just a lot of great things. I mean, tomorrow morning we're going to be starting here we'll be in the suite here. We're going to have Bill and Jason in here, and we're going to be doing we're going to get that 10-minute timer, and we're going to basically be putting these issues and thoughts within the DJ industry to these guys and giving them 10 minutes to talk about it. Which, of course, with Bill means he's barely going to get started.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm in control of the timer, so that means it will be 10 minutes.
Yeah, good luck. That's right.
Good luck with that. Yeah. So that'll be tomorrow morning, and then tomorrow night our goal is to be live each morning this week. And the different times, you can go to the DJ and TV Facebook page, because that's where I'm going to keep that up to date, and then I'll post it back over to Disc Jockey News. We want to be live each morning, and then in the evenings, we're going to try to go live for sure Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm not sure, because if you guys have been to Las Vegas, Wednesday night has just become this night where everyone goes 40 different directions.
They really do. It's
and
crazy.
they go and enjoy and do their different things. So maybe what we'll end up doing is skipping Wednesday night, and maybe we'll do something maybe Thursday morning do a recap, and then we have our well, I don't know. We'll figure that out. Then we'll again put this on DJN TV's Facebook page so you guys can follow along and check that out. But
Perfect.
a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm looking at all these different things, and for those of you guys who follow the Tuesday tips, there's a lot of the information. I've already got like 2 or 3 different ideas. Some of you ran into me in the hall and came up and said, "Hey, John, I've got this idea. I've got a great one from a gentleman who is got a second business, but the lesson that he took from the DJ industry and applied to this other business was gold."
Cool.
And it's like, oh yeah, there's some great stuff. That learning in the hallways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
It is so
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
that's where we get the stuff from, and great stuff. So that's it for tonight. I mean, we looked around. The pool is open.
Yeah, I saw that.
We've never
Yeah,
been to
yeah.
a mobile beach show, and the pool's been
Yeah,
open.
March, middle of March, and you look across the, to the sides, and it's full. There's people
Yeah,
everywhere.
there's people.
It's weird.
And it's not like, up in Minnesota where we're all big and white. Wait, that's for another video. That's for another video. We're all pasty white. And,
Yeah, it's a terrible visual. Thank you, Ken.
Yeah, the visual was bad. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow morning we'll be back at 9 a.m. This will be West Coast time. We'll be back in the room here with Bill and Jason. We're going to go for about an hour tomorrow morning, shooting a bunch of shows. And then we'll be back again tomorrow night. I don't remember what time that I have on the schedule. It's about 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
Right.
7 o'clock. That's right. We're going to start at 7. Tomorrow night's going to be a little bit different because this room is going to be turned over to a tamale party at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're going to go on at 7 o'clock. It's going to be a little less formal as far as we're going to have people coming and going.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to be coming in and eating tamales, and we've got the salsa and chips. We've got beverages here so they can come in and
We got a great bartender.
yeah, we're going to have a great bartender here, and we're going to have Jello wrestling. It's going to be awesome. We're
What a
so
fact.
excited.
Is that why you got me out? You like, here's the list of stuff you need today from Costco,
Yeah.
and it's all Jello. That's why.
That's why. And in that part that where I said the Speedo, that was part of that for you too.
So if you haven't been to Mobile Bee before, you've got to get here for tomorrow night, for sure, for the Jello wrestling.
That's right. I mean, you've heard of people wrestling, the pigs and the greased pigs. Think of how much fun Jeremy and Jello could be. The crowd is cringing.
I have a fan out there, don't I?
Yeah, I think Juan's still with us. Juan is there. Yep, Juan. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching tonight. We'll be back tomorrow morning, tomorrow evening. Watch the DJN TV Facebook page. We'll pin the changes and such at the top of that. Jeremy, it's time to go eat.
Yeah, let's go get some food.
Thanks for watching. Good night.